y'all. Welcome back to the RV Texas Y'all podcast.
I'm Stacy.
I'm Tom, and we're RV Texas Y'all.
We are native Texans and full-time RVers who are all about exploring the great state of Texas and beyond, one campground at a time. We're on a mission to experience life, not just live it, and we're bringing you along for the fun.
This podcast is being recorded in Branson, Missouri at an AIM rally at America's Best Campground. This is episode 17.
And this week, hey, while we're at a rally, let's talk about RV rallies and are they really worth the time? So sit back, relax, and join us as we RV America, y'all. Last week, we visited with our friends Brett and Angie about some of the new motorhome models that are coming out, and we also talked a bit about RV rallies. Well, this week, since we're at the AIM rally in Branson, Missouri, we thought that we'd dive more into the world of RV rallies, and are they really worth your time? Should you consider working a rally into your travel schedule if you've never been to one before? So, yeah, why not? Let's talk RV rallies.
Yeah, well, I remember from the very beginning that we wanted to go to rallies. It took us a while to get to our first rally.
It did.
And I guess really we should start out this segment by kind of letting people know what a rally really is.
Right, yeah. So an RV rally is a gathering of RVers at a specific place. We've been to some that are huge rallies. We've been to some small rallies, anywhere from, it can be any number. It could be, 10 or 15 RVs. It could be several thousand RVs in one place. And depending on the organization that's putting it on or, the group that's participating, it could take a lot of different forms.
Right. And so we've been to several different types of rallies, and I don't know. There's something I love in every type of rally, and we have one coming up that is a new type for us. But I remember our very first one that we scheduled, we actually had to cancel. It was a Forest River rally, and we were excited to go to that. But
at the time when we booked it, we owned a Primetime Travel Tracer bumper pull travel trailer, and so that was a Forest River product.
Right, we were excited about that, but I guess a couple months before the rally, we traded that in on a Class A.
We did our first motorhome. Yeah, it was a gas
was a
Class
Fleetwood.
A, right? So it was no longer a Forest River.
Yeah, so we didn't think that we kind of fit in with that crowd, so we decided to cancel that. But luckily, as our travels continued, we were able to schedule a rally, which was more like a local rally.
Right. So the very first rally, RV rally that we ever attended, was actually a small rally.
Yes.
It was the Texas chapter for escapees. And we are escapees. That's who we get our mail. Our domicile is set up in Livingston, Texas through the Escapees RV Club. And they do some large rallies, which we've heard great things about. We have not been to one of their big escapees rallies yet, but the Texas chapter was there was maybe 30 or 35 RVs.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a pretty good number for a small rally. I mean, some small rallies can even be quite a bit fewer than that. Mm-hmm. But, so all new people, and all of them we hadn't met before. But the neat thing about a rally, again, is, especially a rally that's real small like this, that meeting the people is I think in the smaller rallies, that's the bigger part of the equation. It's going and meeting other like-minded folks and just hanging out. That rally was more about potluck dinners and card games, and
it was about community.
That's what it was. That these type of rallies tend to not be expensive. You pay a minor fee usually, and then you pay for the place you're staying at. And that's what we did. I'd call it very inexpensive. The RV park was very nice. And actually, in our first rally, Stacy's mom, Grammy Kay, was with us.
She was, and that was her first adventure into an RV rally.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, and we had a great time. You're right. There was shared meals, game nights. We also took some excursions together. We went. This was in the Hill Country here in Texas, and in Texas. We're in Branson right now, but it was in the Hill Country in Texas. We went to a lavender farm.
Yeah, that was really neat. Yes.
Yeah, we went in and had lunch at a restaurant in town. We were near Blanco at the time, which y'all know if you watch our YouTube channel, we've recently visited Blanco again and had a fantastic time. We've got a couple of videos from that area,
right,
and I will link to those.
We ate at
show
that
notes.
restaurant again.
Absolutely, and that was our first, being at that rally, that was our first trip to that area, and that really gave us the interest to come back a few years later and explore more. And who knows, we would have eventually made it there, but because we were going to the rally, it took us to that location sooner, and we saw some of the things that really lit the fire under us of we need to come back and explore more.
Oh, yeah, and including there was one other little outing we had that one of the couples owned a barn dominium that
was super cool.
Yeah, that they had built in the Hill Country there. It wasn't very far. So we all kind of caravanned over there and got to see it, and they had done such a phenomenal job. Put in the back of our mind that you never know, maybe one day a barn dominium might be a good choice for us. Who knows? But it was really, really cool and so creative.
And we have not had an opportunity to tour another barn dominium since then. So again, because we were at that rally, we had an opportunity to see something that we normally wouldn't have the opportunity to see.
Yeah, that's for sure. And showed us a whole nother side of what can be RV life. I mean, a lot of people, these barn dominiums today are becoming more and more popular. There's Facebook groups just about barn dominiums, and most of them are so people can store their RVs either in a covered outside part of the barn dominium or even in a inside part of the barn dominium. And that's what's so cool about barn dominiums is they're very flexible. But so in that rally, we learned that. So
we did.
That was really neat, and we still have friends that we still see on the road now.
That we met at that rally.
Rally.
And again, who knows if our paths would have ever crossed had it not been for that rally.
Yeah,
so that
sure.
is definitely a value that I find with every rally that we've been to, regardless of size, is there's always some level of community. There's always the opportunity to meet new people and make friends that you may continue to be friends with and maybe even travel with or meet in different locations for years to come.
Yeah, and these type of rallies, if you're looking for them, if you become Escapees members, they have small groups that you can join. You can join one of those groups. FMCA also has that.
Yeah, so FMCA is Family Motor Coach Association. We are members of that, and actually, our second experience with a rally was a month or two after the Small Escapees rally. We found ourselves up in Minot, North Dakota, which is a far ways from the Hill Country of Texas.
Yep.
For an FMCA rally, and it was one of their annual rallies.
Yeah,
I guess they have them twice a year.
Yes, but that's the big rallies.
Those are big.
That's not one of their smaller groups, which they have just like escapees do.
Right, regional rallies
regional
is what you're
rallies,
talking about.
yeah.
Or they also have some FMCA and some of the bigger RV organizations have regional groups that have rallies, and they also sometimes have interest groups that have rallies. For example, Newmar has Newmar Country Club, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, but part of the country club, they also have interest groups like the full-timers group. Now, we've got some friends who are also full-timing in a Newmar motorhome like we are. They are members of the full-timers chapter of the Newmar Country Club, and they are going to be going to a rally later this year that is specifically for the people who are full-timing in a Newmar.
Wow.
So there's
we need to do that.
We do need to. They told me about it, and I looked it up, and it was full. We couldn't get in this year.
Oh, shucks.
So, but to get back to at the FMCA rally that we went to for a minute, that was our first experience with a big rally, and there were several thousand RVs up there. And
To me, these rallies are kind of in the mid-spectrum in cost on rallies because they are, usually the fee is around $200 to $300, and that gets you in, and it's usually for 4 or 5 days, and they have what I think is very helpful is all of the seminars and stuff that they have in these rallies. There's a lot of people there. I don't think it's as easy to really meet people than.
Well, it's easy to meet a lot of people.
Yeah, but not in the way you do in the small rallies.
Right, to make the connection.
Right, because there's a lot of people, but I think these rallies are still, you may get to see new RVs, you may get to see used RVs because, several RV dealers will normally be at the rally. You may even have Michelin there. You might have Cummins there, and Freightliner, and Spartan is usually there. So,
we've seen, folks like Gerard Awnings,
oh, that's right.
Lippert, Dometic. Some of the big folks in the RV industry often will have seminars or booths for information. Sometimes they will do installs if you're looking for certain items
like
to add to
Blue
your RV.
Ox.
Blue Ox and Roadmaster both.
Right.
For tow bars and things, often will do either repairs on their systems, or they'll check them out for you and make sure everything's good, or you can buy a new system.
And the vendor booths at these are phenomenal.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
More, though, usually, to me, more vendor booths than a normal RV show. If you go to an RV show, normally they do have vendor booths, but there's usually a lot more than FMCA rally, unless you're talking about the major RV shows like Tampa or Hershey.
Right.
But your normal, like the Houston RV show or the Austin RV Expo, or, many of the ones around the nation that aren't the real big ones, probably don't have as many vendor booths and stuff as you find at like an FMCA rally. And that, I enjoy the vendor booths.
Things you need and things you didn't know you need and things you probably don't need, but all of a sudden you think you do.
Yeah, for sure.
But that is fun. And, so parking for those types of events, it depends on the location. They're often held in fairgrounds and things like that. They've got to have, obviously, somewhere where they can park a lot of RVs.
Yep.
Because you are talking, in some cases, several thousand RVs coming together. But the ones that we have been to in the past have offered, as their entry level, just dry camping, which is what we have always done, where
right.
you're camping maybe in a field there at the fairgrounds without any hookups.
And by the way, we've done that. We did that in the Breeze before we had all the solar and lithium.
We did.
And we've also done that in our new air. So you don't have to have, a full lithium and solar bank to be able to do the dry camping.
No, if you've got a generator, that's all that you need. And often there are areas that they will park for people who want to use their generators 24 hours a day.
Right.
There are places that they can park folks who will use their generators during the day to charge their batteries, maybe run their air conditioners and do other things that they need their generators for, but not at night. And then there are areas that are no generator areas for folks with, maybe extensive lithium and solar systems that don't really need the hookups, don't need to run their generator. And then there are, of course, places where you can have maybe electrical hookups as well, sometimes water.
Right.
And there are usually fees that you can pay to have someone come around, a honey wagon come around and dump your tanks and provide more fresh water if you need that. So there's a lot of different options for camping at the bigger rallies.
Right. And of course you pay more if you want electric and water and stuff like that. So, which, like we said, we haven't ever paid for it, but our friends have.
Yep.
And they wouldn't go any other way.
It's whatever makes you comfortable.
That's right. Whatever makes you comfortable, and they cater to everybody. And FMCA, if you don't know about it now, that FMCA is inclusive to all types of RVs now. It used to just be a motorhome club, but now it is for any kind of RV.
Right. And they often, in those big rallies for FMCA, like I said, they do them twice a year. They're in different parts of the country. We have been to 3 so far. We went to one of the rallies in Minot, North Dakota. That was our first big rally.
Yep.
We went to Perry, Georgia for a spring rally, and we went to Gillette, Wyoming. And in each one of those, like Tom said, they had some fantastic seminars, so it can be an opportunity to really learn a lot about RV lifestyle, maybe some tips and tricks, like he said, maybe more on tires or chassis or batteries or things that really are important to know. Safety, fire suppression systems and things like that.
Right.
But also travels. Maybe you want to look at some caravan travel in the future, or you have certain destinations that you'd like to know more about. There are also often opportunities to see seminars about full-time RVing and things like that. But they also have entertainment.
Yeah, and we enjoyed that. I mean, a couple nights a week, during the rally, they have entertainment. The entertainment's usually pretty good. I mean, it's high-end entertainment. But, yeah, so I would say that's another good choice if you ever get a chance to do an FMCA rally. Another type of rally that's a little different than either one of these two that we found for the first time, just a while back, we went to a Hoots rally.
Oh my gosh, Newmar Hoots.
And that is a real specific group. Obviously, you have to own a Newmar to be part of the Hoots rally. Anybody can join as long as you have a Newmar,
but it is not
there's
sanctioned
no
by Newmar, right?
There's no joining it. It's just signing up and going to a rally if you have a Newmar. And they typically, when we went, the rallies were about 50 coaches, and I think now the rally coming up this year, they only do one a year, but the rally coming up this year, they're doing 75 coaches, I believe.
Right.
And
it's an unofficial Newmar owners group.
Right.
There's no governing body over it. It's just a group of Newmar owners that like to get together once a year, share experiences, and again, a few shared, maybe a shared meal here or there, and some trips into town, and it was a very great opportunity to get to know other owners and form community and build friendships.
Yeah, and that one is even a little different too, because when you say most of these others, you have a lot of things that are similar with the other folks that are there. This one, you even have more things that are similar because you're in the same type of rig. Everybody has a Newmar. So now your discussions can even be more focused. They're not just focused on a brand.
Well, and one thing that they did, which I thought was a ton of fun, was they had what they called a coach stroll.
Yeah.
Where on this particular day, everybody opened up their coaches and you could see modifications that they had made, or maybe specials that they had ordered, or things that they had done to their motorhome to make it specific to them. And it gave you some great ideas. It really got those wheels turning on what we might want to do in the future. And so I thought that was really neat. And again, since they were all similar, different models of Newmars, but all same manufacturer, it was really helpful. And I'm sure that there are other groups out there other than Newmar Hoots that have similar organizations. So that would be something to look into.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that one was very, very unique. And we actually got to talk to some Newmar executives, too, which was nice. And I think they were listening. I mean, that's a lot of concentrated Newmar owners. And, that was really, really cool. But now that leads us to one other type of rally we've been to. And that was an AIM rally that we're currently at.
Yes, and that is AIM stands for All Inclusive Motorhome Club. For this one, you do need to own some type of motorhome. It has to have a motor in your RV, but it does not matter beyond that what it is. It could be an A, a B, a C, a Super C, a gas, a diesel. They welcome everyone, but you just have to have a motorized RV.
And you can go to an AIM rally without an AIM membership. There is a membership fee, but you can go free to one rally. Not free to the rally, but you don't have to be a member the first time. However, the membership's only like $35 a year.
It's well worth it.
Yeah, and they have some benefits of the membership of that. But their rallies are, I liken it to, I mean, it's kind of been like being on a cruise ship, where
it's
all
a great
inclusive.
Analogy.
Yeah, it's all inclusive. When you go, obviously all your camping is taken care of. It's part of your fee. And the food, there's almost a meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my gosh, so much food.
Every day. And
you will not go hungry at a AIM rally, I'm here to tell you.
They have great seminars too, because there's things all the way from safety stuff, all the way up to Michelin tire to Freightliner seminars. So there's great seminars.
We saw some new, right here as we're here, American Eagle is here showing off some of their new motorhomes.
Yeah, I mean, got to see their whole new line of motorhomes, which was really special, and some of the things they have coming up, and they have a new app that they're introducing. And
at Freightliner.
Well, Freightliner, and I think they had it for the American Eagle as well. So
we also have, they've had entertainment each night. We've done a lot of excursions here in Branson. Went to the Titanic. We're going to the Titanic Museum and doing a progressive dinner at the Titanic Museum, which I'm really looking forward to.
Looking forward to that, yeah. So
Took a golf cart tour at Top of the Rock.
Oh, my gosh. When you're in Branson, you have to do that.
So fun.
Yeah. And see, we would have never known about that or done that without the AIM rally. I mean, when it was on our agenda, we'd never heard about it. We didn't even know what it was until we went to it, and it was like just spectacular. I mean, just Google that. Top of the Rock. That's in Missouri. That's an incredible thing, and we're going to go back. I mean, Branson itself, we're going back, and thank you to AIM that took us to Branson, and now we know. We want to get back for sure, and that's a blast. You get to meet a lot of people with AIM. The number of coaches was about 100 coaches.
I think it was around 100 coaches. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's still a nice. It's not cozy, but it's not overwhelming, and everybody's there having a good time, and there's a lot of happy hours that happen in there, and most of the happy hours are paid for too. I mean, even you want to get a beer or wine or something like that, that is part of the rally. That's part of your fee. So again, all inclusive, and it really is all inclusive.
And what I really liked about this AIM rally, and this is our first AIM rally. They have them all over the country. They have several per year. And I'll link to all of these organizations in the show notes so you can get more information about the organizations and see the rallies that they have scheduled. But what I have really liked about this particular rally that has set it apart from every other rally that we've been to thus far is it did include, and the Hoots rally did a little bit of this, but it really includes more of the overall community. We're seeing parts of Branson not just staying at the campground all the time and enjoying all of the benefits of that. We're getting out and we're seeing some of the local things to do as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so those are basically the rallies we've been to, and the one we're looking forward to that going forward is kind of like the one we almost went to, I guess, at the beginning, but that was still a local to Forest River. But we're going to go do a Newmar rally.
The Newmar International
Rally that's put on by the Country Club of Newmar.
Which is the official Newmar Owners Club, Newmar Country Club with a K.
Right, with a K. And we're just looking forward to it. I mean, we've never experienced it before, but we do know they're going to have their most of their 2023 lineup there. In fact, NIRVC is a sponsor of that, and they're going to have a ton of the 23 coaches there, so you can walk through the brand new Newmar line, which that'll be cool. We've never seen that at any other rally before, so that'd be cool. I mean, FMCA's had some new coaches, but not like a full new line like that. You also get some repairs on your coach if you want, like up to 3.
I think that's right. And they have to be within certain parameters, I think, because it has to be something that the technicians can work on remotely, obviously off-site, away from their normal service center.
And it's anywhere from free to they have a reduced labor cost. So I think you get up to like an hour of free labor if we're not sure, but that's kind of what it's been explained to us. And so we're looking forward to that. And a lot of seminars again. Again, it's going to have that, just like the FMCA and even the Hoots and, all the rallies that are more than just like a little local rally. It has those same types of seminars and stuff.
And this particular, this year as we're recording this, so we're in 2023. This particular Newmar International Rally is going to be held in Rock Springs, Wyoming at an event center. And they have 600 full hookup spots that they can fill.
Wow.
So it is going to be one of the larger rallies we've been to, not the largest. The FMCA rallies have been quite a bit larger than that, but larger than every other rally that we've been to.
Well, one thing is, for the most part, it's going to be all Newmar owners there, but now until the rally, you can get in if you don't own a Newmar. They open it up at the beginning to just Newmar owners, but then at a certain point, they open it up for
everybody else.
No matter what you own, you can go if you want. And I think last we looked, there are slots still available. And when is this rally?
It's in July. I don't have the exact dates in front of me, but it's in July, and it is in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a ton of fun. We've talked to several folks who have been to a Newmar International Rally before, and they've all raved about it, thought that it was a fantastic time. So I'm really looking forward to that. I would love, what's been interesting is every single rally we've been to has had its own personality.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yes, in our opinion, RV rallies can be a really fun, interesting, and educational addition to your travels.
Oh, I think there's no doubt. And we not only have we learned a ton and bought a bunch of stuff from a lot of vendors and everything, but we've met a lot of incredible people.
And that is really the best part about it. In fact, I think, looking back, attending that first rally a few years ago, it was sort of a bucket list event for us. It was almost a rite of passage as an RVer to attend an RV rally.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely was, and kind of still is. I mean, this Newmar rally is... I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. But that brings up the question is, okay, if this was part of our bucket list to attend an RV rally, then how do you determine what is really bucket list worthy?
Yeah.
Are there certain tools that can help identify the places and events that you want to add to your bucket list? Well, we're going to talk more about bucket lists and all things related to that next week. So make sure you come back. We'll talk to you then. Thanks for joining us, y'all. For more on what we talked about this week and to find other episodes, visit the podcast page of rvtexasyall.com. Subscribe to the RV Texas Y'all podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or your favorite podcast app. And don't forget to join us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RV Texas Y'all. Until next time, safe travels
and happy camping.
Bye.